What am I supposed to carry on my bike during RAGBRAI?
Well, today we are going to talk about the 15 things that we find essential to carry on our bikes during RAGBRAI.
Hi, I'm Eric.
I'm Christina.
And together we are Roosevelt's Ride.
We are super excited to be riding RAGBRAI again this year, this coming year, 2023. And we look forward to it probably every year that we are able to do it.
Yeah, we're looking forward to do more and more rides as time goes on. We cannot wait. We're already signed up and we're ready to ride. So let's talk about what we carry on our bikes.
Yes, the first and foremost, the things that I find very important that gets glossed over a lot is chapstick. And not just any chapstick. You want SPF chapstick. Because with the wind and with the sun and everything, you want your lips protected.
I can tell you from personal experience, being a very pale person, that chapstick with the sunscreen in it, my lips did get a bit chapped and a little bit wind chapped and blistered. So that came in real handy. I even put some of the chapstick on my chin. It sounds weird, but it helped. Which actually leads us into our next thing. Number 2 is sunscreen. When you kind of a vampire complexion like me, you need a high SPF sunscreen. Normally 30 to 50. 50 is a little overkill, but 30 is pretty good. So at least bring a nice tube of sunscreen and also have a small spare just in case on your bike with you.
To also go with sunscreen, if you don't want to be lathering yourself up all day, every day, continually, we also love to wear sun sleeves and I wear sun shrugs. So if you're interested in those, you can definitely find the patterns down below if you're interested in making them for yourself. But they help not make you have to always wait and degrease yourself to grease yourself, as well as it just holds the sun off better. And they can sometimes even be cooling. You can get them nice and wet, and then you have a nice wet thing that as the air is going through, it actually can be a cooling sensation.
Yeah, we love that because, man, especially when you like ride under like a garden hose or just a random kid's going to spray you, it's fantastic.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The next thing that we always carry on is our ID and money.
Oh.
You always have to have your ID in case you want to grab a beer somewhere and your money. We definitely bring a lot of cash on hand for RAGBRAI. We like to have cash on hand because we don't want to rely on finding an ATM that might be out of money, especially when you're going through small towns all the time.
With 20,000 people.
Yeah, you kind of get in a bind. So we actually love to save money before. So we actually pull out envelopes and we put out little squares for every week of every month, and we try to save and put cash in. Some years we're putting $5 for every square. Some years we're putting 10. Yeah. Just depends on kind of how much you're looking to save.
Well, being able to spread the savings out over time definitely helped us because we were able to bring more than enough cash for me, Nola, and Christina. We eat our church lady pie and our church lady dinners and Beekman's ice cream, pickle guy, like all of it. We had some cash to spare at the end too. So
we tried to do about $35 a person a day with a little bit of extra playroom. Right. We came home with money left over, which is great. It was already saved for the next year or for the next adventure.
But the next thing is actually sunglasses because kind of the first bit of this is about sun protection. And then when you're pale, it definitely helps. We do have polarized lenses, but at the same time, we also have used cheap sunglasses from Dollar General, which there's plenty of Dollar Generals because they're like mile markers in the Midwest. But yeah, just definitely bring sunglasses, and I'd honestly bring a spare pair that you keep in your bag. Either on your bike or on the sag truck. So
we were lucky not to break them this time, but we did come across a few people who broke their sunglasses and we're trying to find replacements.
At Casey's, you can find replacements at many Casey's too. They're not the best, but they'll keep the sun out of your eyeballs. Right. Anyway.
So number 5, you need to have a flat tire kit that includes a tire lever, a extra tube or patch kit, and some sort of pump or compressed air. That is essential because we did not have any flat tires, but we saw many people with flat tires and some issues. And there are wonderful people in the Air Force cycling team that will help you change your flat if you don't know how.
Yeah, so I would definitely recommend check out the video here where we have our own video to show you how to kind of do it was recorded in our house, but it's still on the trail, how you would, kind of trail conditions, how you would replace a tire. So it's important to have those basic bicycle skills just in case, because it might take time either for the SAG truck or the Air Force team to get to you. They're pretty spaced out, but still, it's good to know how to do it yourself. All right, number 6, we already kind of mentioned this, water bottles. Me, Nolan, and Christina each carry 3. And there's usually enough space between towns to go ahead and refill them. So we didn't have much of an issue. And then when their stops aren't in towns, well, then you got guys like Pickle Guy or Random Farm or Mr. Pork Chop sitting. So yeah, water shouldn't necessarily be an issue really, but definitely at least carry 3 because some of the days there will be maybe 20 miles between stops at the longest bit. So just in case, keep, stay hydrated.
We also always recommend when you are refilling your water bottles to make sure you take a nice long drink right then, because you're probably a little bit dehydrated because you're out in the sun working very hard and you have immediate water to refill. So it's always good to drink a full water bottle right as you're refilling your water bottles.
Yeah.
We also, so for number 7, we definitely recommend bringing some snacks.
Oh, yeah.
Now, there is plenty of food on RAGBRAI, and if you just want to be shelling out money hand over fist, you do not need to bring anything because there is food everywhere and every type of food. But it does add up after a while. So we always like to we love these Nutri-Grain fig bars. Then there's the natural baking fig bars. That's the ones that we really like.
But bring the ones that aren't refrigerated so you don't have to refrigerate. That's kind of what she's getting at, right? Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't mention refrigerated.
Okay, cool. I'm just saying. Like, the ones that aren't refrigerated, bring those. So. I'm going to get you off.
We also love to have beef jerky for you have a little bit of protein. Not so great for the vegetarians out there. But we find the beef jerky gives you a little bit of salt and gives you a little bit of protein to get you to the next stop. We do carry trunk bags on our bags on the back of our bikes. Right. And we also have tortillas and peanut butter in there as a great snack for whenever.
Well, it's also a health conscious too. Like, so if so say you're a vegetarian, and there are some vegetarian options, but like at all the stops that aren't in the meeting towns or in some of the pass-through towns, not all of them have the vegetarian option. Maybe it's not until like lunch. So bring something that you can eat that kind of, speaks to your dietary requirements. That's what we recommend.
Yes.
And also it's a great way to have a little bit of a cheaper breakfast too, because sometimes you can get all you can eat pancakes and all that stuff for like $10 a plate. But at the same time, the lines for coffee, we swear off coffee and all that stuff because the lines are so long. So save yourself a little bit of time, especially in the morning. If you're waiting in line to throw your stuff on the RAGBRAI truck or even at your whatever SAG your option you have, definitely save a little bit of time, bring some food with you, and that'll definitely help you get going.
There's not always food in the overnight town in the morning. A lot of people just get on their bikes and start biking away. And sometimes breakfast doesn't happen until 20 miles into your ride. Mm-hmm. And I know personally, I cannot do 20 miles on an empty stomach. Oh, so we would always we actually even had applesauce packets.
Oh, yeah.
The little, I'm sure they're for children.
Like baby food, but it's not.
But you had applesauce in and a little fig bar, and we were good to go.
Yeah, we carried like 2 per person every morning, and it was awesome.
Yep.
Well, good old number 8 is actually toilet paper. Yeah. Now, we don't keep it on the cardboard roll. We kind of roll it into itself, so we kind of fold it in, kind of like a pack of tissues is really what it is.
And you want to put it in a plastic bag.
Oh, yeah, for waterproof, because you don't want to get caught with your with no TP, right? Well, there are places to go to the restroom and all that stuff. There's plenty of porta johns and all that stuff in every town. But just in case with that many people, because like especially for this upcoming year, there's a lot of people. Last year, I think the biggest day was over 20,000. I mean, in this year, they're talking about Guinness Book World Records number of people. So we highly, highly consider or encourage you to please bring some TP with you, just in case. So that way, you're covered.
Yeah, we found that during the actual day on the ride, we never found a porta john or a Kaibo without toilet paper in it. It was always problematic in the mornings before you got on the ride and in the evenings when everybody's at camp, because there's a lot less and everybody's doing their business right at the end of the day and right at the beginning of the day. So if you don't want to carry it on your bike, which we still recommend, definitely make sure you have it in your bag, because you will want to have toilet paper in the mornings and in the evenings.
That's for sure. So what's next?
We're going to move on to number 9, and it is chamois butter.
Oh, yeah.
We love the chamois butter pH for her because we can both use it nice and easy. Mm-hmm. But it will help keep you riding smooth, I guess.
Everything will glide just great.
For the entire ride. We also love to keep it on our bikes because sometimes halfway through the day, if you go down a water slide and all of a sudden you're soaking wet or you get sprayed with a hose, it's definitely nice to be able to reapply when you need it and not 20 miles after you wish you had it.
Well, and then I will add as a guy, another point I like to add is, yes, she did say we both use pH for her. Now, it is pH balanced for women, but I'm here to tell you, as a man that's been using it for better of 3 years now, it's better to have one that you both can use than have 2 or 3 different whatever. So I've been using it for years, no problems, no hormonal issues, nothing like that. So if any of that's your concern, don't worry about it. I haven't had any issues whatsoever. Just figured I'd mention it. Yeah. Well, the next thing is, camera phone. I mean, everybody's got a phone in their camera or camera on their phone. Yeah, I see things wrong sometimes. Anyway, but with your camera, especially if you have a higher megapixel camera, it's very easy to be able to document your ride. Like, I'm not saying you have to go out and get GoPros and all that other stuff, but you're definitely going to want to, especially if this is your first time going on RAGBRAI like we did last year. We try to get as much stuff as we could, and we missed so much. But we did get a lot of pictures and a lot of things on our phones. So our phones were indispensable. Whether we were recording part of the ride, you don't record on your cell phone, but whether you're recording the meeting towns and everything, and then without having to pull other cameras out of your bag. So we definitely encourage you to capture those memories with your phone and make sure you have a way to, keep it charged. So.
Yep. So then we're going to move on to bike computer or a tracker. Now, this can also be used by your phone, but we love to track our rides because we love to see where we were riding, where we rode. Then we also love to know how fast we were going, what our average speed is. So there's a lot of different ones. There's the Garmin one. There's some basic trackers that you have. You can do it with your phone. And we even now have it track on our watches that then transfers to our phone. So our phone is technically the equipment that is doing it. And what is really great is you can have your phone on airplane mode and it will still track, which is great because that helps you save the battery and that helps just keep the longevity of your phone working.
Right. So the next thing too we found really helpful is number 12. They actually provide you, it's like Trek branded or whatever. They give you a sticker that actually shows the distance between towns, right? So your beginning town to your next pass-through town, and then your meeting town, and so on, every day. And it also shows the elevation gain. So you don't have to try to Google a route or pull the route maps open, which we do also suggest that you download.
Before the ride, not on the ride.
Because cell service is going to be absolute junk when you have 20,000 people all trying to scramble for service.
Yeah.
But it is important to at least have something that tells you some kind of reference point. Where am I at? All right, cool. I'm at this town, and I have 10, 15 miles to my next stop. That sticker will show you. And it is static link. So if you need to either put it inside your top tube bag or just stick it right on your top tube, it's easy to take off. No problem. Because that's what Nolan and I did last summer. And Christina just put hers right in her top tube bag. So no issues with that at all.
Yep. It was essential. It was great because then you can kind of plan out your day and know, about how far have we come and when's the next town. Because you're at a farmer's house in the middle of nowhere having a good time. And you're like, we do need to keep going.
Yeah. So it helps you kind of plan your day a little bit.
Yeah.
But always expect the unexpected on RAGBRAI.
Yeah, because you're always planning on the fly. You can't pre-plan a day because you never know where that pop-up water slide's going to happen.
That's true. Or how long you're going to be at Mr. Pork Chop chilling drinking a beer.
That's
and
true.
Sassy slushies. Anyway.
So, number 13, we always recommend having a hydration additive or electrolyte thing.
Oh, gotta have it.
Just because you are sweating so much, it is hot out there, and you are also drinking alcohol or soda or something to dehydrate you some.
All in moderation.
We definitely love Liquid IV. You can definitely check out our review video right up here. We drink it all the time. We love the strawberry. It tastes like ice cream, basically. So it's delicious. But there are quite a few great ones that Liquid IV has, and we would definitely recommend them.
I think it tastes like astronaut ice cream, and it's awesome. Well, and then the lime was actually a little fizzy. Those are the two that we like. We have a couple of others, but those are the two we use the most. They are a little on the salty side, though, we find. But other than that, it's so if you're looking for low sodium, yeah. So I mean, if you're looking for a low sodium option, like it might not be the best one, but there are plenty of other ones out there that we have tried, but we haven't tried them, and we don't use them as much as the Liquid IV. So yeah, make sure you bring some hydration packs with you. So let me see, what's the next thing? Oh, well, we talked about phones and your Garmin and any other bike computers. Well, we also recommend, because we do carry, we kind of look like we're touring when we're on RAGBRAI. But we do have a trunk bags, like Christina said earlier. Kind of we use our frame bags, not with much in them, but it's a great place to carry our batteries and our sunscreen and everything. But having a rechargeable block battery, we have two, one for each bike that we carry on that's actually solar rechargeable as well. So that way, it's not going to give you a full phone charge just on solar, but if you can find a way to charge it while you're sitting at dinner the night before in a church or something, but at least make sure you have a way to charge your things while you're on the ride.
What's also really great is there is a company on RAGBRAI that will charge your batteries for you. And what you do is you pay into it for the week and you go and you flip. They give you a brand new, freshly charged power bank there's a stop that's very easily, it's noted. It says phone bank charge or something right here. It's very notable. And I think it's always with Mr. Porkchop, actually.
I think you're right. Yeah,
it was always with him.
The last few times I saw him. Yeah.
And then you hand over your dead one. They hand you the live one, and then the next day you keep switching it in and out. And at the end, you get to keep that power bank with you.
And it wasn't too expensive, if I remember right. I can't remember for the life of me how much it was. But
we did not do it, but
we
were considering doing it next year for sure.
Oh yeah,
we'll see. So, and then the last thing, the 15th thing, which is what we find the most important thing to have on your bike during RAGBRAI. And that is the spirit of adventure and curiosity. It is essential that you try to do something that is something you might not normally do, or just go a little crazy and go down the homemade water slide that dumps you into a pile of rocks.
Also, do the like last year we had there was a tractor that was actually had a little a little trailer on it, but they had a couch mounted to the top of it, and it just spun around. And me, Nolan, and Christina were riding that, and all this other, because you never on RAGBRAI, you might not ever be in that town again. So make it, have an open mind, and then also because you're going to see a lot of weird stuff. But it's great. It's all in good fun, and we're all here to have a good time and also respect the locals and get to know people, make new friends.
Well, those locals also put a lot of energy into making those towns great for sometimes triple or quadruple the amount of people that actually live in that town to come through that town for a day. Yeah. So they put a lot of energy into it, and sometimes going to the child's lemonade stand instead of the big companies, the food truck stand that's there every day, you'll make a bigger impact for that tiny child or the Boy Scout that's selling cookies to get his baking badge or something like that.
Or the hockey team trying to get new uniforms or whatever.
Yeah.
And just experience small town Iowa, and you might not ever be there again. Because a lot of the towns that you pass through off the beaten path a little bit. So really, that's really it, man. 15 things to carry on your bike.
We would love to know what you definitely carry on your bike that you find is very important. So definitely drop a comment down below and let us know what you think we missed, or what you have to have on your bike when you are biking.
Well, from us at Roosevelt's Ride, I'm Eric.
I'm Christina.
And together we are
Roosevelt's Ride. We'll see you at RAGBRAI.
Woo! Take care.